Luther Vandross and Patti LaBelle, the shocking confession. Shaq and Dwight Howard's beef escalates, and more emergency sanctions from JayZ and Alex Spyro next on the IE Network. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Heaven Hollywood, and we're back on the IE Network, and this is the Heaven Hollywood Report. And let's get to it. Luther Vandross and Patti LaBelle, Patti, two legendary icons in music. But what if we told you that behind that harmonious facade, there was a storm brewing? A new documentary reveals a shocking confession from Luther Vandross, and Patti LaBelle and her team are anything but pleased. The recently released documentary Behind the Velvet Curtains, the Luther Vandross story, dives into the personal and professional life of the late R&B legend. Among the revelations, it's been alleged by close sources that Luther believed Patti LaBelle betrayed his trust. The source of this claim? The documentary's executive producer, music journalist Terrence Harper, who shares details about a rift Luther believes stemmed from a private matter being leaked to the industry. Now, Luther felt, this is what Terrence Harper said, Luther felt that Patti wasn't the true friend he thought she was. He felt blindsided by something she did, and it deeply hurt him. Now, Patti LaBelle's team has responded swiftly, calling the portrayal of their relationship unfair and sensationalized. In a statement, they said, Patti LaBelle cherished her friendship with Luther Vandross. Any suggestion otherwise is a misrepresentation of their bond. This documentary has sparked heated debates among fans of Luther and Patti and industry insiders. Was this all a misunderstanding? Or did Luther Vandross truly feel betrayed by Patti LaBelle? Listen, man, I heard a lot about this story from G. Shout out to G. And from what I was told, he really did feel betrayed by Patti LaBelle. He felt as though Patti LaBelle went running off at the mouth. You know what I mean? She got to flapping them patty jaws instead of her patty cakes. Her patty pies. She started flapping her patty jaws and let it be known to the industry that Luther Vandross was in the closet and he was afraid of coming out. We heard stories along the line, in case you didn't know. Check them out. What they're now known as Behind the Industry. You can go check out any stories about Luther Vandross in the industry. So let me know down in the comments what you think about Patti LaBelle and Luther Vandross. Wow, did the Shaq and Dwight Howard feud just escalate? Shaq and Dwight Howard, two NBA legends who've had their share of feuds, but now it seems like things might have reached a breaking point, at least as far as Dwight Howard is concerned. Now, Howard's latest remarks have fans asking, is it time for these two to just finally settle the score? Now, it's all started years ago with Shaq often taking jabs at Dwight for copying his Superman persona, and especially since Dwight was playing in Orlando and not living up to his potential in the league. So Shaq used to say, if you're going to try to copy my Superman persona, you got to copy my career. The beef reunited recently when Dwight asked, do Shaq and I need to squabble? On social media, seemingly frustrated by Shaq's ongoing criticism. Shaq said, I'm too grown for that, but if he wants to talk, he knows where to find me. Dwight didn't hold back, responding, Shaq, this isn't about beef, it's about respect. Let's settle this like men. Now, many believe the feud stems from Shaq's pride and Dwight's frustration at being constantly compared. The big question is, can these two ever reconcile? Or is the animosity here to stay? Dwight Howard came on he was on a podcast, and that's what he basically said. Do we need to squabble? He was saying that, Shaq has had problems with him for years, and he has no idea why. He said he's never disrespected Shaquille. Shaq then responded back on social media. He basically said, "Oh, but the funny thing is that you really think that I care. Oh, how is what did he say? He said, how is a big guy with no sense of humor or something like that." He said, you have no sense of humor. So basically, he was saying that he's been joking around about it. Dwight Howard was saying, "Man, you wasn't joking. I still got the long DM that you sent me. He's always had issues with me. So, and Shaq said, well, don't have to worry. I'll never mention your name again, ever." And then Dwight came back and said, he says he'll never mention me ever. And he said it 5 times. So this doesn't look like it's going anywhere. My opinion, I'm not gonna lie. Shaquille O'Neal is probably one of my favorite, not just basketball players ever, probably one of my favorite athletes ever. But I gotta go with Dwight Howard on this one. I've seen Shaq's whole career, and Shaq was not joking. I can tell when Shaq's joking. Shaq was not joking, right? And Dwight Howard has been, he's been a smiley, he's a big dude, strong dude, but he's not. I mean, he doesn't have that mean, intimidating demeanor like Shaq, right? And Shaq had an issue with Dwight because a lot of people in Orlando, they revere Dwight more than they revere Shaq because Dwight Howard stayed in Orlando and took them to a finals, and Shaquille, he took them to a finals as well, got swept, and then left and bolted for the West Coast, to go to Los Angeles. But Dwight Howard, he stuck it out with Orlando many years. He took a team that wasn't really that good to the finals. So a lot of people revere him more in Orlando than they revere Shaq. And then he came out with the Superman logo and won the slam dunk contest, and Shaq didn't like that. Shaq's thinking that he's trying to copy him when Dwight was saying, I wasn't trying to I've never tried to copy Shaq. But if I would take pieces of his career and his life and try to attach it to mine and do like he's done, wouldn't he take that as a compliment? But we're going to see what happens with that. Whose side are you on? Are you on Dwight Howard's side or are you on Shaq's side? Let me know down in the comments. Alex Spyro is at it again, and he is not done with Tony Buzbee just yet. Now, JayZ and his powerhouse attorney, Alex Spyro, are making headlines again. This time, they're filing an emergency sanction motion against Tony Buzbee, and they're asking for more than just a legal win. Now, according to Inner City Press on X or on Twitter, whichever you prefer, JayZ and Alex Spyro have accused Tony Buzbee of misconduct in their ongoing legal battle. The motion called for sanctions against Buzbee and requests that he pays attorney fees. The legal team has also demanded the court strike certain filings they claim are baseless and inflammatory. Now, this dispute revolves, of course, around allegations that Buzbee's tactics have crossed ethical lines, including submitting misleading evidence. This latest motion adds yet another layer of this tension to an already high-profile and case that's been full of tension. Now, if you remember, Annalena Torres, kind of smacked Alex Spyro on the hand and said, enough, bad boy, enough of these motions already. Just let it play out. So, but here comes Alex Spyro back with another one. And he didn't demand it anytime. He just said at the court's earliest convenience. He wants these motions taken into consideration. Fans and legal analysts are closely watching this case unfold, with many speculating on the potential impact on JayZ's brand and legal strategy. A lot of people are saying Alex Spyro is pressing his luck, but Alex Spyro knows what he's doing. So we're going to have to see, how this turns out. Alex Spyro is shown. He's not doing like the other celebrities. This is between him and Diddy. This is between Jay-Z and Diddy. Alex Spyro and them. They're not sitting back and just allowing Tony Buzbee to say and do what he wants. They're making sure that they're letting the judge know that they see what he's doing and he shouldn't be doing it. But we're gonna see how Annalisa Torres responds to this. What do you guys think of this legal showdown? Is Jay-Z right? As Alex Spyro right? Do you like their approach, or do you think their approach is too aggressive and they ain't believing fat meat is greasy? And the judge has already scolded them once. Do you think Annalisa Torres will scold them again? Let me know down in the comments. Remember, for more updates on this and other celebrity news, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.